Oh, no. There's no face. So I got the wrong thing up on the screen, but that's okay. Let's see. And, oh, there we are. Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm AJ O'Neill, and I'm live at work. So, let's see here. Let me go ahead and get something up. So this one is going to be maybe short. Maybe. We'll see. But basically all I got to do. Hey, Dylan. All I got to do is just add an API to something. It should be, I don't know, 20 lines of code or less. A copy paste kind of job. And then I think I'm going to go to bed early. But anyway, welcome for those of you joining in. Nice to see you, and feel free to jump in with comments, questions, whatever. What else? I don't know. I forget all my opening stuff right now, except for this is brought to you by our sponsor, but not really our sponsor, Mountain Dew. Pop top, my friends. Let's open focus. And if you can think of a more awkward way to drink Mountain Dew, be sure to let me know about it. Oh, okay, I can turn that off. That was a little space heater to get the... Believe it or not, the computers don't keep the room warm enough. Okay, so I'm going to have to go into Project X. And then, wait, hold on a second. I thought I gave this one, what did I call it, API or something? Yeah, I thought I gave it a cool name. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I got to look at some messages to see what's going on, but I think this is going to be pretty simple. We've got, yeah, so I think I'm just going to copy either Workday or Domo. Let me see if do we have an example in here? Yeah, we've got an example. Okay, so I think that it's going to be one like this, and I think the service is called Directus. Some sort of WordPress alternative, I think, and I'm just going to be proxying it. So I think it's going to be API key equals something, and then I don't know exactly what it is. Page whitelist? API whitelist? I don't know. I'm going to go look it up in a second. I've got to bring up my Slack channel here where I was given the information. I was given it, actually, I think it was no, it was Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I was given the information Wednesday. So it's just been sitting here waiting for me to do something with it. And then on my other screen, I'm going to add in my secrets here. Directus API key equals, and I'm pasting in. Oh, hey, that's where it went. I was wondering, whoops, where, hold on. Let's see if we can get this thing. Oh, dang it. Oh, there we go. I'm going to bring this back over. There we are. So now you can see what hotkeys I'm hitting. All right, so I just copied this thing over, and I need to go into another channel where there's some additional information. Okay, this looks good. And we're going to have base URL, of course. Oh, and it's collection is what it's called. Collection whitelist. And we're going to have a base URL. And then what is this going to look like? HTTPS directus.example.com. And then API key is in the format of something probably like this. If I can just grab that over here. And then the whitelist is going to be, let's see, team pages, articles, hub navigation. Actually, yeah. There we go. We'll just do that for now. And then I'm going to put the real ones over on the other screen. not this. Okay, there we go. Whoops, I don't actually want to open that up. And let me get the comments back open here, because I'm on. Let's see. Yeah, I want to paste this one in this screen. Nope, that's not what I wanted to paste. Dang it. I went and copied for nothing. And then let me go back. No, I don't want to copy the link. I just want to copy the prefix. There we go. Okay, and then Directus collection whitelist. And then I need to just do some formatting on these. It'll just take me a second. And then we're going to do the same thing that I did before, where I'm going to split these, allowing both commas and spaces and potentially some other characters. But I like to have, you could put commas, you could put spaces, you could put commas and spaces. Okay, and I think this is a repeat there. I should probably, let's put these alphabetically. One of the nice things about putting things alphabetically, so the two tricks that I use to make sure that I have everything that I need is that I count alphabetically, and I do a count and I do alphabetical. That's what I meant to say. So I'll count, one. You see me do this. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got everything. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay. And then I think that that's all good. And then I just need to put on here. Well, let's see. So I think the Workday example is the right one to copy. So we're just going to copy that one here. AVHP lib Workday, and we're going to call this one lib Directus. And then I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to start making a couple changes. And then I need to do, let me make a little to-do list real quick. So we got update example.env, I'm going to update readme, update real.env, we're going to copy Workday, and we need to update config.js as well. I think that's the task list for the night. Okay, I've got all the information I need, and I'm back looking at comments. Directus is going to be the front end for code you're working on. Directus provides an API. It's something akin to WordPress. It's a content management system of some sort. So Directus gives them the ability, the non-technical people, to type in some information in a form or a series of forms, and then this lets the developers get access to what the non-technical people are entering in. So Directus is, as far as I can understand, it's very much a WordPress alternative. Okay. So, and let's see, I want to bring that up a little bit more. I guess that's about as up as it goes. And then I guess I'll bring this down a little bit. There we go. All right. So let's see. Oh, and then I need to update the tests as well. So add test for Directus. All right. So I updated the example.env, right? Those are the three things I need: the base URL, the API key, the whitelist. Got it. All right. So done. Update readme. I don't want to do that yet. Updated the .env. I put the real values in there. And let's say copy Workday is the next thing that we're working on. So let's go in here, and then I'm just going to say anything that says Workday. We're just going to replace it with Directus. And then let's see, we've got API key and collection whitelist. And then we could replace all instances of get report with get collection. And we can replace all in the, let's see, auth here is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think we can just do, no, auth is going to be done in the URL. So we've got directus URL, then /items, then directus, no, then this is going to be collection, collection name. So we're going to replace this bit. I probably should go back. Let's do this first. Let's go back into the app just to kind of give this some perspective as to how this is going to work. So there's, I guess I'll bring this up one. So we're going to have user, directus, and then I guess we might as well, collections, sure. Collection. Let's call it just name. Oops, excuse me. I think we can keep it with that. Directus. And then when we update the config.js, we're going to put directus in there. And then we're going to do directus dot get collection. And then this is going to be directus as well. Directus. Okay. So yeah, we can just call that name. That makes sense. All right. So let me go back here and just explain this real quick. This is an express convention, so you can see I use /user, meaning only people that are logged in can get access to this, and I define that up here a bit. There you are, /user. So it's going to decode claims, verify claims, require the user. It's going to add the cookie parser, set asset cookie. And then here, everything under /user, all those things apply to. Then we've got directus, collections, and then name is a variable, which is going to be a parameter. Have I gone through the directus API already, and that's how I know what to change? No, so these things are very similar because I'm just copying the same type of logic. So it's not that directus and Workday have nothing to do with each other. I just know that the code that I wrote for Workday is very similar to the code that I'm writing for directus. And the thing that I was given was the variables that I need. So I was given the base URL, I was given the general API structure, and I was given the API key. And so in just a second here, you'll see we're gonna change this out with report name, collection name. Okay, so right here, we're changing this to collection name, and then I need to go check because I've been given the format of the URL. So it's going to be /items /collection name, and then do we have a slash? Yeah, we do have a slash. So supposedly this is it. So then we're going to have the access token. So I guess I should call that access token in the example.env. I'm going to go back and change that real quick. Where did I have my other window open here? So instead of calling it API key, I'm going to call it access token because that's what they call it. Although this does not look like an access token to me, and it's not used in the way that an access token is typically used. But, you know, convention and naming and all that nonsense. So what am I going to call this? It's going to be directus access token. So I'm going to rename that here. Access token. I'm going to rename that in my example.env. access token. Really, it's an API key. I don't think it's actually an access token. I think they misnamed it. For as much as these things have actual names with actual meaning. And then just because I don't like the way that this looks, I'm going to change it. This is going to be slightly less efficient, but that's okay. Let's see. We're going to do let query string equals require query string. It's a little less efficient, but it's a little more readable in general. Search query equals query string dot stringify, and we're going to say like this. And when I say it's a little less efficient is this isn't variable. It's not going to change. We can just have it be a string. I suppose I could do like this. Yeah, and then it's only being done the once. We could call that search, or we could call it query. Let's call it query. I generally call no, I'm going to leave it. I generally call it search when it's a string and query when it's an object. So this object would be the query object, and then this string is the query string, or is the search. But that's just because that's how it's referenced in other places. Okay, so there we are. All of that's well defined. And then, yeah, this is it. So what this is going to do, we don't do anything with this. We set the content type to be JSON. I'm expecting that what we get back from here is JSON. Now, I could be wrong about that. And then I should actually check it to make sure. In fact, maybe I will do that real quick. Anyway, and then we're just going to let the response stream from, so this is a direct proxy. We're doing a get, and whatever data we get back, we're sending directly to the client. So byte for byte, we're taking the there's the request, the response, the next, and we're saying use the response as a write stream, and what we get from this request that we're making to this API, pipe it without modification directly into this stream. So that's what we're doing there. And then as far as the tests go, I'm going to need to test this on the other screen, but we're going to add it to the APIs. So test, let's see, what have I got here in my to-dos? So Workday's been copied just because that one was similar. Not going to update the README yet. I do need to update the config, and let's add a test. I'll update the README last. So go to the config here, and let's see. There's Workday. I'm going to copy similar thing, but we're going to call this one Directus. And then same thing. I'm just going to change all of these from Workday to Directus. There we go. And then I'm going to change all instances of report to collection, which I guess is only one. Yep, two. And then I'm going to change all instances of report like this to be collection like this. And then I'm going to change all instances of password to access token. Boop, boop, boop. And we're going to get rid of username. We're going to get rid of org. That's all we need. So that should be it. And then there was one thing. Let me go into, was it libpublic? Yeah, I guess I don't need to put this in there. Never mind. All right, so that's been updated. That should be all that it needs. Then we can just go update the tests, APIs, and then I guess I could just put it, I'm going to copy the Workday tests. And we're going to replace this directus collections. Do we have a collection name? We got a report name. Let's do collection name. So directus collection. Oh, and let me get back to the, I don't have the comments up here because I switched over. Okay, now I've got the comments back up again, or chat rather. Let's use the correct name for things. Okay, direction, collection, whitelist. There we are. And then should return a collection. And user directus collections. I put this plural too. What have I been smoking lately? Wait. Did I get that right? Yeah, okay, got that right there. And then that's correct. So I call this evil token because for the tests I turn off token validation. So, well, except for one test. But most of the tests have the token validation turned off, so the token must exist, but it can't be actively verified because it's in the test environment where it doesn't have access to the verification piece. So if you use a test token in a non-test environment, ideally it shouldn't work. Okay, and then I don't actually know what this looks like yet. So this is what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to console.log debug body. And I'm going to have to run this on the other screen because there is going to be proprietary information in this report, such as, I guess, internal company blog articles is going to be what's going to show up. But I'm going to run this on the other screen and see what we get here. Interesting. Okay. So what's wrong with line 40? Oh, directus. And this kind of stutters. Config.domo, config.workday, workday, config.directus, directus. I should fix that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to worry about it. But I should. Okay. This is taking a long time. I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. What was this complaining about? Body was used before it was declared? Oh, right. Okay. So something's wrong. What I might need to do is change the limit and then determine paging or something. Oh, whoops, that's not what I want to do, is it? Yeah, I don't need to make that request. Here, I'm going to see about making this request. Okay, so we may have another problem on hand, which is that there might be a firewall in place that doesn't allow this this API to be accessed. So I'm going to have to get out the computer that has access to the VPN. I was worried this might happen. I'm going to have to let them know because they got these kind of weird security requirements. They're both paranoid and appropriate at the same time because security and layers and all that. So the actual stuff, this is just some employee feel good stuff. So it's not, particularly significant importance. But on the other hand, you get a little bit of employee information from one API, you do some social engineering, one thing leads to another, and then somebody's pregnant and has 6 kids. Oh, wait, no. Robbed and loses all their money. Okay, I'm waiting to get connected to the VPN on the other computer. I probably need to sign into something. The VPN only connects for a certain number of hours and yada yada. So let's see. Do I need to connect here? Alright, I'm connected there. It sends me a little notification on my phone. Yes, allow, that was me. Okay. So we do have a problem there. I'm going to see if I can access this via other means. I'm just going to try. So what I'm doing is I'm constructing a curl command, which typically this is what I like to do first, but because I'd already done this and everything, I didn't bother. But I'm constructing a curl command that has exactly the same setup as what I was given. Yeah, I think the problem here is going to be that the DevOps person is going to be able to figure it out. I think it's still going to work. What they're going to have to do is, I don't know if they're going to have to do it via the VPN. They probably have something in place for this already. Well, we'll find out where different services need to talk to each other, and some are on the VPN and some are in Amazon. Because what I'm building is going to run in Amazon, and this Directus thing, I think, runs locally in the VPN. So the error that I was getting on the screen here was about an IP address, and this is the only client I've worked with where they have this hybrid VPN setup thing going on. But I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to try pinging the address. And well, ping doesn't necessarily tell you much because you can get a ping and then not get an API response. Okay, this says sites internal is part of the name. So it does ping, but that doesn't mean that it'll curl. Let me try curling it again. So it could respond to a ping, but then the ICMP protocol, which P and ICMP I'm pretty sure stands for protocol, but whatever. The ICMP protocol is on a different layer of networking than HTTPS. So with the way that it works out, this public IP address may only respond to internal VPN requests because of the way that it's routed through Amazon and whatnot. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it's kind of cool that I get back ICMP, which is what ping is. But if I try to curl it, it just sits there and hangs. So let's see. I'm still not connected over on this. Maybe I'll have to reboot it or something. Oh, now it's asking me to sign in. Before it wasn't asking me to sign in. Okay, now I say, yes, that was me. Let me in. Okay, yes, open the Mabob. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do then is, I wonder if I should just go ahead and push this live. I feel pretty confident at this point. And the only way that you can get access to it on live is if you happen to know the IP address, because the IP address for it is not, it's not tied to any DNS record. So the way that they test it is a special proprietary way. But I should be good to push this to live, even though it hasn't gone through all the reviews. So we got app, config, example, tests, live direct. Okay, so I'm going to add all this stuff. And I'm going to do checkout -b. We'll call this the directus branch. Oops. Get checkout. And I'm just going to push -u origin directus. Oh, wait. I need to commit first. Commit. And we're going to call this feature add directus proxy. Okay. Really, it's a whip, but I'm just going to fold it in. And then on this other computer here, now that I'm connected to the VPN, I should still be able to go in here. Let's see, can I get into this? Gosh, I forget. I'm going to go look at my SSH config real quick. Buckster, I think is what I called this. Let's see, can I get into Buckster? SSH Buckster. Cool. Yeah, all right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into Buckster, and where do I need to go? Let me get the comments back up here. Okay, because I keep on switching. My third screen also has my messaging chat thingy-mabobs in it. I don't even remember how I was doing this. Excuse me. Give me just a second while I figure out. I'm just going to figure out how to clone this. Because I think the way that I had this set up doesn't make sense. I'm looking at my git config. Okay, so I can clone it from there because I had this somewhere else as well. Git clone API. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, it won't let me. That's fine. So I'm going to do it this way then. We're going to get rid of that. And let's see, do we have projects on here? Yeah, we do. So I'm going to make project X directory. And then I'm just going to do an rsync. Do I have the other screen still open? No, I don't. I can bring this over here. Oops. Let me just bring this over here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to go set up GitHub and all that. So instead, I'm just going to say, take this thing and move it over to, or copy it over to Buckster. And we're going to copy it into projects X API. Okay. And then we should be able to go into here to projects X API. And then, of course, I can't show you, but I'm going to go run the test now. And hopefully, now that I'm in the computer that has, let's see, the VPN connected to it. And it's kind of a roundabout way, too, because even though the computer's here in my room, I use Telebit, which this will get on webinstall.dev, hopefully before the end of the year. I've rewritten it in Go, but I haven't updated the website and the service and all that to be Go. But it's going to be redone in Go, so it's going to be even more reliable. I've got the client and the server that do all of what Telebit does are rewritten in Go, but the website authentication bits are not. Well, I'm not going to use the Go authentication. I'm going to use the Node authentication because that's what I've been, the Auth 3000. Anyway, point being, this is what I'm using. Is even though the computer's right next to me, because it's on the VPN, I can't access it. So I have Telebit running so they can SSH into it through the VPN. Blah, 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 blah. Complicated network stuff. Made simple with Telebit. Anyway, what am I doing now? I'm going into Project X. I'm going into API. And I'm going to run tests. And let's see if we get something back here. Interesting. Oh, I know I need to copy over the secret as well. Because I put that in a different directory so that there's no possible way I could accidentally expose it. Oh, wait, is that here? Okay, good. All that stuff's there. Huzzah. I'm going to run the test. Let's see. Oh, good. Excellent. It does get back some information. This looks wrong. What's going on here? Request. I did that wrong. Okay, so what I did wrong is that, was it here? I think it's here. What I meant to do was log this out. But I didn't actually log that out. That's okay, because really all I need to do, let URL equal. That's all I really wanted to log out was this, I suppose. I don't know that I even really need to log that out. Well, I do want to because I'm going to run it with curl just to see. Okay, what I got, this is okay though. What I got back was invalid user credentials. So this is okay. All right, so basically I just got the result of this work is that I'm going to go back to them and say, okay, we got two problems. One, this could only be accessed via the VPN. And two, and I wish I should have checked midweek because we could have resolved this midweek and it would have only taken me 2 seconds to construct, well, 5 minutes to construct a curl command and then test it. And well, maybe 15 because I would have discovered that it didn't work and then I would have had to log into the VPN and yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Let me make sure that the API access token mabob thing that I was given is correct. So starts with a capital E, ends with a with a lowercase f. Okay, and then let me check in what I was given here. Okay, starts with a capital E, ends with a lowercase f. Unhandled async route after errors are sent. Interesting. I guess this must okay doesn't really mean much in this context. I should probably get rid of that from all of them. Because if it's putting the stream directly, well, this is, okay, let's see. Must okay. Let me go take a look at that one. Return response, bad gateway. And then I guess I should stop the stream? Is what should happen? Okay, so what's one of the things that's happening, this doesn't really matter because it's coming up in the error case and it does send the correct error to the client. It logs the wrong error to the console. What's happening is that when it goes to fetch this, it gets an error. And because I've got must okay, it checks the headers and then it throws an error. But what I didn't do is I didn't cancel the stream. And so the stream is still gonna go. And I'm not really clear what the right way to do this would be. Maybe I could do rest.pause. Or rest.end. Wait, no. Here, what we want to do is rest.end, maybe? I don't know. Because I'm creating a interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the right way to handle that condition is. Because generically, if the response isn't good, we probably want to take alternate behavior. And that might be something I need to make. I might need to expose that through the request library. I'm just going to go take a peek at that real quick just to go see. Did I have this up on here yet? Yeah, I do. It's up here. Okay, so if I go look in here, do I have any sort of way to stop this? So we've got a promise. Create a write stream. Use an existing write stream. So if there's an error, Okay, the stream is the promise. But I think what I need to do is add a rest.stream.cancel. Or a rest.cancel stream. And then what would it do? Would it just resp.unpipe? Because this resp is what needs to be. Well, here's the thing, is I might still want, let's say there's an error. I may want to swap streams. So if there's not an error, then I want to stream directly down to the client. If there is an error, I might want to read all the data and then catch it on the server. So almost, it seems, it's a little tough one. Where are we getting the response here? On response. Okay. So I want to handle this in some way. I'm not quite sure which way I should handle it. Maybe if I just set stream as true. Let me see what happens in that case if stream is true. Okay, so all of this is if stream is true. But it's not a string, it's not a function. Okay. I'm not actually understanding all of what this is in a glance. I'm just kind of familiar with the code and reviewing it. So I think what needs to happen then... Okay, so if stream, the end result of if there's a stream, I probably should move this out into its own function, set up stream, because I don't think that this actually depends on any of the stuff that comes before it. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I could move, if I wanted to make this a little easier to read, I could move this out into its own function. But I think what I could do immediately, if I wanted to get this to work, I think I could just change, whoops. What's going on here? Oh, the computer fell asleep. Come back. Okay, now there we go. Because it was asleep, it wasn't responding to the network. Anyway, I think what I could do is change this to true and then do then must okay, then function, and then we could say rest.pipe well, I guess I don't even need to do that. We just do rest.pipe res. Let me see if that fixes this test. It looks like it did. It looks like now I get the error message that I expect. And so this is the other thing that I want to do then. Whoops. Let's quit out of this. Let me go back into must okay. And then if we're getting an error here, so I would say this, if not resp.body. So that would mean that it's streaming. So we could say if resp.stream. and then it wouldn't have streamed yet, then what do we want to do? Rest dot on. Well, in this case, I tell people not to do this, so I'm not going to do it myself. We're going to use onReadable because that's what you should do. It just ends up being 2 more lines of code, and so you know how it is. All right, so let body equal, well, we don't even know what body's going to equal yet, but let's say chunks. Let chunks equal this. Then typically if you have a non-OK response, typically it's going to be text that you get back. Very rarely would you, I don't know in any case you'd get binary back for this. So I think it actually is let chunk while chunk equal resp.read chunks.push. I think that that's the correct way to do this. I need to make sure I've got this in my cheat sheet. I think they could have done just a tiny bit better. Readable. Okay. Let me add this. This probably deserves to be, most of this is just straight JavaScript stuff. Stop going to sleep, computer. Wake up. They've got the policy on this thing set so that it falls asleep after 2 minutes of not use and locks. I mean, this is the type of company that gave me a computer to do the work. The irony is that I don't actually need the computer to do any of the work. Well, except for when there's something that only works on the VPN, but the goal for this is actually for it to not have to only work on the VPN. So when it only works on the VPN, my response is it's broken. Okay. Toot, 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 toot. All right, there we are. So we've got this. Find out. Looking good. And then I think we're going to need a resp dot. Well, I guess we let's see, we do that. And then we, await resp dot stream. I think that's essentially it. And then we would say resp.body is equal to chunks. Oh, and we'd probably want to do toString here. Say that's UTF-8, and then chunks.join like that. Yeah, so now I'm going to rerun the test, and I expect that I'm going to get back. Okay, good. Yeah, this looks good. And then I should just do this last step of if resp.headers dot, let's see, I think it's going to be lowercase, content type. Okay, so we're going to say if dot contains JSON. Well, We'll be a little bit more specific. Application JSON. Oops. Okay, so we're going to try to parse it as JSON if we can parse it as JSON. And let's see what that ends up looking like. We still get unexpected error. Oh, includes, not contains. Normally in most languages this would be contains, but in JavaScript it's includes because I guess there was a very popular library. Hey Mike, what's up? How's it going? There's a very popular library that modified prototypes to do contains, and so when they standardized it as includes rather than contains, but same thing. The dark days of the web when people used to modify prototypes. Okay. All right. There we go. Although I do want to push this logic into @root request, and I want to push it in such a way that if there's already something, there should be, I said like, I've been doing so good about not saying like, there should be limits on what something is allowed to do. So we could say only read up to so many bytes, or if we know that the content length is bad, let's say we could do this. To do skip if content length is known to be too long. To do skip if or end early if too much content has been consumed. So basically, I don't want to have this, and I'm going to put another to do expose stream to JSON function from @root request. Okay, so essentially what I want to be able to do is if I decide to end the stream early, I want to be able to call the function that would handle the body appropriately. So if we go back over here, hold on, and I need to do this as well, rest.on, I think it's end. I always get so confused with this one. Let's see if we did this, let body to string UTF-8 body equals chunks.join. There we are. I've got that in my cheat sheet. Oh, what was I looking at? Okay. So this bit right here, this should actually be a function that I can call separately as a handle body function. And then from here, rather than doing this bit that I'm doing, I should be able to call the function that handles it appropriately from the inside. So I think I am going to go ahead and clone this again. Just to add that little bit of support. So let me go in here. This is going to be projects root. Hopefully I already have this cloned actually. Request? No, that's fine. And I'm just going to create another branch for this, and this is going to be, I'm going to call it OK. And we'll see the reason for that in a second. So now we're working on something a little bit different. I'm just going to make my life better with error handling and such. Oh, do I not have... Let me go ahead and bring in my standard JS hint. Which one do I want? This one? I think I do. JS hint RC? Yeah. Okay. Got anything to it's got something to complain about. What is it complaining about? Let me go down here. Function cyclomatic complexity is too high. I believe that. Yeah, I probably should fix that, but I'm just going to turn off that check for now. Let's say complexity is now 30. Probably still too high. Yeah, okay. We're just going to bump that up to 40 for now. What else is wrong in here? What else is my linter upset about? Let's see. I'm going to go down 30 at a time and see if I notice where it's at. Where is it? I need to set up the hotkey to go to the next error. All right, JS hint, index.js. One error. Blocks are nested too deeply. Yeah, they are. 157. But I could have told you that already. Okay, well this is one of the ones that I wanted to pull out elsewhere anyway. So let's say I'm going to take all of this and we're just going to call this setup pipe. And we're going to pass in resp and ops. And we're going to go take that function and we're going to put it somewhere else. So let's say maybe we're lucky and I can put it up here-ish. Let's say function setup pipe, resp and ops. Hopefully that's all I need. There's probably some other stuff that will be needed here. Okay, and then CB as well, apparently. Setup pipe. Wait, that should be... Oh, that's not good. Is there anywhere else where that's used? Huh. Why are we not doing reject return here? Why are we going straight to CB on that one? Is that a mistake? Is this a bug? Because I almost want to say, let's see, resp.stream. I almost want to say that this is what should be returned. Let's see, what do we have? Any early returns in here? No. Yeah, so return P. And then if we did setup pipe here, we'd have rest.stream equals and then maybe I could wrap that whole thing in a try. I don't know. Generally, tries should be wrapped as closely as possible. I'm going to have to look at this. Hey, welcome to those of you joining in. I'm AJ. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What brings you to the stream tonight? I'd love to know. So I'm, of course, nothing's ever as easy as it seems. So what happened was I went to go add an API to an existing project. The work itself is relatively simple, but I found out that some of my error handling, well, there's two problems. One, I can't actually get access to the API, generally speaking, because it's only available on a VPN because of networky stuff. Even though it's actually hosted in Amazon, it's only available if you are on the company network. And so because I'm testing it outside the company network, I was getting some errors, but my errors weren't propagating the right way. And so I'm making a few changes to my request library so that I can handle errors in a better way. And right now I'm trying to figure out if this error, what way this error should be handled. Okay, what was the problem here? Create write stream. Okay. So I guess I'm going to set up the pipe. We got the response options, ops debug, if string is equal to ops stream. I think I see why the callback goes in here. And I think the reason for that this makes sense, is that this is an error with the request setup, not an error with the response exactly. So I don't love that this callback is here, because I think this should just focus on returning the promise. But I get what's going on there. There's one other way I could think of to handle this, which is perhaps equally undesirable, which is that we could say, all right, well, if we get an error, let's return the error. I think this might be more communicative. And then I could put here special case. Request setup error. Because the request isn't actually happening yet. In fact, I think, ops.stream. I think that this, so there's the although practicality, special cases aren't special enough to break the rules. That is, so creeds of craftsmanship, click on Zen of Python. We can take a look at the printable poster here. So rules to live by. Special cases aren't special enough to break the rules, although practicality beats purity. So what we have to decide here is, what is this case? Because we've got this weird case where what this setup pipe should do is set up a pipe stream and return a promise that the pipe can be completed. And we've got this special case here of something that we actually should be able to know beforehand. And I think that this actually belongs elsewhere. So I'm going to go look at where ops.stream is. Right here. And I'm going to say this little bit of code, it belongs here. That's what I'm going to say. Of course, then this is upset that the blocks are too deeply nested again. I could probably move this out. And this actually would be better. Creating file write stream would be the better message for that. Although I kind of want to get rid of these debugs. I don't know if they're really that valuable anymore. Okay. So this starts to make a lot more sense. That feels right. So we just do a little bit of setup. But this could happen way before, because I think all of this is happening in the on response. Let's see, on response. Where else does this happen? But I don't think it needs to. I think that this could happen as part of the request, because we can know that really early on. And if we can know something early on, well, then we ought to do something about it. I don't know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But if we know that something's going to fail, why not catch it early? So part of me wants to say, was it set defaults? Where else does that get used? That seems stupid. Let me see where this goes to. There's a number of things here I think I could refactor. Okay, so there's defaults are being merged or deleted. Blah, 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 blah. I actually don't know where this should go. Let me check for where's on response happening. I guess it should go right here, because this is where we know that seems like a good place for it to go. Fail as early as possible. If we know that we have a bad write stream, then we might as well fail right away. Oh, whoops, and this should not be a return, but should be callback on the error. Okay. And then that would be, we would return there as well. What did this look like before? Let me take a look at this code in its current state right here. Was it here? Was it here? Where was it? It's in here. Okay, let me go back and take a look at this code in the current state. So this is wrong. There's actually a bug here. That should have a return after it. I've just never encountered that case, because this will get called twice. It'll get called once with the error. So if we did nothing else, that's a bug that needs to be fixed. Come on. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to stash that real quick. I'm going to go check out, is this main or master? I don't know where we're at with this one. Okay, this one's still on master. There we go. Boom. That is correct. So I'm just going to do bug fix. return on callback, return after error callback. Okay, and then what are we doing? Checkout, okay. And then what? I'm going to do get stash pop, and it's going to, oh wait, I need to do get stash. I'll also, you know what? Let me go back to here, and I'm going to add, sure, add linter config. Go ahead and add that too. And then I'm going to check out OK again. I'm going to get I'm going to get rebase master. I'm going to get stash pop, and there's going to be a conflict, and this is OK. Maybe. All right, so updated upstream. All this we're going to get rid of. Boom. And the reason for that being, our setup pipe function moves all of that. And then we still have our return wherever it was. We've got our CB error. Okay, so that was moved. And I think I could, let me actually do this. I'm going to go back out to master again, and I'm going to take that function that's right here. Wait. What? Ah. Okay, get add index, get stash, get checkout master. Dang it, stupid thing. Oh wait, no, this is my local system. Huh, okay, so that's a completely different problem. Come on, why are you beach balling? Don't beach ball me. Come on. Interesting. All my terminals are beach balling. I wonder what that's about. I'm going to go check my activity monitor here, see if I can get any insight. No, looks like it stopped though. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and right where I did that return, I'm going to say we are going to where did I put it? Yeah, right here. Really, I should get rid of this, because this is extra code that's stupid. So you can create write stream throw. This helper functions like this probably aren't helpful enough to exist, because all this is doing is saying if there's a file stream, then call fs.writeStream and adding a debug statement, and if it can't create the file, throwing. But I'm pretty sure create write stream, I'm pretty sure it can't throw. I could be mistaken. But yeah, I don't think that's possible to throw, because I think it will create the file asynchronously. Not 100% sure on that, because there are a couple of these APIs where they can't actually work purely asynchronously. They have to do one small thing first. But anyway, yeah, this makes sense. I'm going to call this a minor feature. Fail faster on bad create write stream. Okay, which probably has never happened to anybody anyway, but whatever. I'm going to check out my OK branch again. I'm going to rebase master. And what am I going to do next? So I've got my setup pipe. Oh, I need to get stash pop. Does it still think there's a conflict here? Why? Why does it think there's a conflict? Oh, whoops. You know what? Don't tell anybody, but I'm going to do a fix up on this. Final, there we go. That doesn't need to be inside the try. That can be right there. That's perfectly fine. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to add it. I'm going to commit F. I'm going to get rebase -I head 2, and I'm going to fold it into the previous commit, and I'm going to push -u fu origin master. Don't tell anybody. Generally don't force push to master, but since it's only been a couple of seconds, you know, only bots could have downloaded it in that time. I'm just going to allow it. So then get rebase master. Get rebase abort, get reset --hard head 10, get rebase master, get stash pop. How could it possibly have a merge conflict? Ah, okay. I see how it could have a merge conflict because I actually did update this, but it can't have a merge conflict there. That's the same move. Nothing was changed. All right, get checkout. All right, just same thing over again. Get reset, get checkout master. Console final ops equals. Same thing, we're gonna do this again. Fix up commit, rebase, fold it in, fu, check out OK, reset, rebase, whoops, with master. Stop going to sleep, machine. Get stash pop. And then address the conflict, which is basically all of this stuff here has been moved. Okay. Set up pipe. Cool. Now, I would imagine that if I did a diff between this and master, what we should see is just this whole bit here has been moved. And there shouldn't be any difference between this bit here, which I'm going to just double check on that by, let's make that a little smaller. Let me copy this whole window. Just want to make sure I didn't inadvertently change something that I wasn't intending to change. There's this bit here. Okay, so I'm going to take that, add it, index, pipe, delete, paste. function setup pipe. And what was it? Resp ops. Get rid of this and then remove the leading minuses from the beginning of the file. There we go. And save. And then when I take a look at these, there should be no difference. Except for that little bit. Yep, and that makes perfect sense. Cool. So we're going to check out the one that's going to work. Okay, so there's my setup pipe function. I cleaned that up. Now I need this handle response function. And we're going to need to pass in resp and probably CB is my guess. And we probably don't need anything else. I could probably get rid of all of that and then handle wherever setup pipe is. I can probably likewise have function handle response. We'll see whether this works as expected or not, but I think it will. At least pretty close. Oh, and then ops. Okay. Handle response. Whoops. Handle. Oh, we already have a response, don't we? Ops. And then CB. Yep. Okay. So that works. But then what I want is basically, I want this to become available. Oh, and this is wrong. Readable. Do I have on data anywhere else in here? That's wrong. Chunk. Let's say var. And I'm not using let anywhere in here, am I? Because I want to keep with what I'm using. So I'm using var here, so this would be var chunk while chunk equals resp.read. Then do these things. Okay. Now that's correct. And this might as well be once. That might as well be once. That might as well be once. That might as well be once. That's once. That's multiple times. There we go. Stop falling asleep, stupid computer. Oh, hey, David. I didn't notice you join in. Sorry about that. No, I do not use PHP. I did try PHP back when I was a youngling because I was ignorant. I didn't know any better. But I thankfully didn't stay there long. Why not stay in Vim and open files from there and just switch buffers? Because I'm not that fancy. I mean, I can, but it doesn't save me that many keystrokes. So, I mean, think about it this way. It's space in and then move over, and go up and down versus Control Q. So one more keystroke there, and then I get the fuzzy matching in fish anyway. So I can do. So I could stay in Vim, but tomato potato. Sometimes I use nerdtree, but yeah. Also, am I even switching between files here? So, file path. I guess it does give me, yeah. Maybe I should do that. I actually have not learned. I've been using Vim for, goodness knows, 15 years or something. And I know very little about it. I learn, this is my philosophy though, is I learn the fewest number of tools that get the most results. And this is the success of the iPhone. This is the success of many different systems. This is the success of the cloud, is rather than doing many things, do a few things well. So the whole concept between the behind the ARM processor, which is what Apple has revolutionized now desktops with, is RISC. It's called ARM is considered a RISC processor, reduced instruction set computer, and that is how I operate. So rather than knowing many, many, many instructions, just know a few instructions, and then have optimized tools for the things that you need to do. So rather than learning file handling in Vim, I only learn file handling in my shell. And I'm very segmented that way. So I could be more efficient in Vim, but my brain is small and I don't have a whole lot of space, and so I end up just using a smaller set of tools. But I don't know. Maybe I could find value in doing that, but I don't think I would, because again, :Q enter versus :E space. And then if I do this, I mean, Vim is muscle memory, right? It took me, what, less than 100 milliseconds to type out Vim, and then I've got my fuzzy find. So, meh. You know, I'm certainly not going to knock on people that know Vim frontwards and backwards, but I do enjoy when people like yourself bring things into the channel and let me know about new things. I have picked up tips from that, and it's been valuable. But I typically just try to learn less about have tools segmented and learn less about what each tool can do and only focus on what it does best. How do I navigate in bash/fish command line? I use Emacs keystrokes there. Vim support is not good there. I don't know. I do know about Command A and Command E, which is, or Control A and Control E, which is Emacs. But that's really all I use. I know that there's some way to traverse between words, but I don't remember what it is. It's probably, hold on. It's probably, what is it, Command, no? Okay, yeah, so Option arrow. I think I use that on occasion. Whoa. But Command A, Command E, and Option arrow is probably the only thing I do. And then I use fish for my prompt, and I use bash for scripts. I never write scripts in fish. So anytime I need to do something that's more than extremely trivial, I switch over to bash. But I like fish for all the autocompletes and all that. So, and by the way, I don't think I've seen you before, Dave. Can I call you Dave, or do you prefer David? Because I can say all 2 syllables. I know sometimes it's frustrating. Hey, that's my name. Can't you say both syllables? Is it that hard to say both syllables? But sometimes people just use their legal name in their profile. But anyway, thanks for joining in. I appreciate your comments. I guess I might as well just do my little plug right now. So for those of you, as you're coming in, you're leaving, you're whatever. If you find this valuable, if you learn something, if you like it, give it a like. Because if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. Otherwise, thumbs down, because every thumb helps. And if you do want to subscribe, just hit the button, click the bell, and select personalized recommendations so you get the good stuff. And with that all having been said, I will leave y'all to y'all's choices. So, okay, so with this handle response, I want to attach this onto response somehow, that I could say, for example, body to JSON. Something like that. rest.stream.shouldJSON, maybe. I don't know what it should be. So I got to think on that for a second. But to answer your question, is Fish that much better than Bash? It seems that Fish is much more configurable. I don't care. My answer is I don't care. Fish, I don't care about the configurability. Fish just, first of all, Bash is not worth using anymore. Bash is extremely important for scripting. It's the only thing you should learn for scripting. I think it's senseless to learn ZSH or Fish for scripting because Bash scripts run everywhere. Bash is not a good prompt. It is an excellent script. Well, excellence may be a strong word. It's the tool that we have that works everywhere. Fish just does everything right by default. Fish does everything that I want well by default. And that's another thing that I optimize for. I optimize for tools that don't need configuration, that the tool in of itself behaves the way that I like, which might be really odd considering that I have Vim, but then also consider webinstall.dev/Vim Essentials. So my vimrc is basically me running this. So I'll put that in here again as well. Vim Essentials. Boom. There we are. So I prefer tools that, and this is why I use ripgrep, and ripgrep also. webinstall.dev/rg. I'll go ahead and put that link in here. Ripgrep. Okay. I prefer tools that do the thing they do really well and that don't require lots of options and that work cross-platform. Okay, so am I in the right thing here? No, I'm not in the right thing here. I need to go back over here. And I am going to make this a pre-release. So I'm calling this the OK branch because it's for error handling. Oh, and I do want to copy this over. So there's this bit right here. Where is status code set? Status code on response. On response. Is this really it? Is that the same on response in all these places? I think it is. So on response, what do we want? To JSON. And I think we also want OK. So I'm going to, whoa, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Resp.OK equals true. So I'm going to say resp.OK equals false. And there we go. So that's something that I've wanted. Because I like the way that it's copied from, what was this? Fetch. Was it W3C fetch? Who actually is in charge of fetch? Fetch. Let's look at fetch on MDN. What specification of all of the silly specification committees does this actually come from? This is from, is it Whatwig? Is it W3C? Using fetch, polyfill. Where does it come from? Who defined fetch? This feature is available in web workers. Nope. I want to know, where did this come from? Let's not do MDN. Let's do browser fetch. Introduction to fetch. Can I use fetch? Come on. Whatwig. Okay. Fetch is from Whatwig. Don't want to give the wrong standard body credit, you know. Do we have OK in here? Okay, that's cool. And I kind of want an option, something in the vein of must okay. All right, what else we got? You say thanks, I say you're welcome. And by the way, despite I know that I have a very kind of abrasive attitude about things. I don't want that to discourage you from throwing in other suggestions. I may brush it aside and say, no, that's worthless, but that doesn't mean that I don't value it coming to the fore and being able to evaluate it and learn what you have learned and, consider things for myself. So, I'm often very polarizing in the way that I speak because it often elicits other people's opinions, because when people have a strong opinion and you present a strong opinion, then they are likely to argue with you, and so then you learn something. And so that is one of my primary methods of learning, is presenting strong opinions and then having people combat me, and then I get to learn from their perspective. But then a lot of people that maybe even more people, it just kind of pushes them away and makes them feel less open to saying things. So I don't want that to be the case. All right, so let me see. Let me make sure. Okay. Normally resolve. Okay, it will only reject it. Blah 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 blah. Do we have more about the fetch API? Fetch API. Okay. What is this defined as? In the range of 200 to 299. Is that what we are testing here? In the range of greater than or equal to 200, less than 300? Yes. Okay, that is correct. All right, so I wanted okay in there. I want a way to set up, let's see, we can set up pipe. But if we set up pipe, I want a way to do, say, rest dot, I don't know if this is right. Is this going to work? Am I going to regret this? I don't think I'm going to regret that. I think that's reasonable to do. So this gives me a way that if it is a stream, I can turn it back from a stream. Maybe. I don't know. What I want here is not necessarily a rest.json. What I want is a rest dot bail out of the stream and go back to non-stream. But I think that this is okay, but it's not really enough. And JSON isn't the right name. Because it may or may not be JSON. Let's see. What does handle response say? So, Okay. We do onReadable, read until the end, JSON parse if we can, callback, rest body, blah, 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 handle response. So maybe maybe body can be a function in that case. Ooh. I don't know. I don't really like that. So to body, to result, to data. I don't know. Any thoughts? Not gonna lie, you have professor/teacher vibes. I don't know what that means. I think that's I think you mean that, well, it may not necessarily be a compliment, but in a cordial way. But I don't know what that means. I don't know what professor/teacher vibes means. Also, I see somebody else joined in. So welcome. I'm AJ. Who are you? What's up? What brings you to the channel tonight? I'm struggling with a very important problem. What to name things. So if you have any idea, so I have this request object, which can return a stream, but there are cases where I want to cancel the stream and have it return the body as whatever it is instead. And I'm debating on whether it should be body as a function, an async function, or if it should be, I don't know, result maybe? I don't know. Or if it should be JSON, although that's not appropriate because it may or may not be JSON. I don't like the idea of doing .body because body is already taken as usually, well, you know, it would be okay to be body because can be string, buffer, or JSON. Why not an async function too? There we go. I think that will suffice for good enough reasoning for me. It already has things that it can be, and it would be fine for me if it can be something else. Let me go check on that again real quick. Handle response. And I'm going to try this in the environment and test and see. Let's see. So yeah, body can be buffer concat. Can be a string and it can be JSON. So I'm just going to put a note here. Body can be string, buffer, well, let's say it this way. Whoops. Buffer, string, or JSON. Okay. I think I feel good enough about that. And then I'd have to update the documentation. Oh, there's a couple of things I need to update here. So let's talk about the stream case. What's up, Super Love Dub? I am up late. Thanks to our sponsor, but not really our sponsor, Mountain Dew. Okay. So streaming. Okay. So now we have this other thing. Let's see. Body. Yeah. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I'm just going to add this here. Also, rest.body can be used to abort the stream, such as not abort the stream, but to turn the stream back into a Oh, I kind of don't like that because then body changes what it is. It starts out as a function and becomes something else. Maybe stream.body? Hold on. Let me try this. Stream. What if we do stream.body? That's perfectly cool. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah. Use to get back the full body, the same as if you didn't use the stream option. And I'm going to document this. We're going to say let rest equals await request. Stream is true. And then we would do rest.stream.body. Let body equal, or we could do this console.log rest.body. That should work. In fact, I'm going to test exactly that real quick. Use strict and then what I want, let's request equal require dot slash if not rest dot okay. Well, this is kind of the idea of what I want to use it for, but I won't put that here. And I need to document rest.ok now as well. Oh, and I got to put this whole thing in a function. Yeah. And make this an async function. There we go. Okay, let's see if this will work. Yeah, that works perfectly sweet. I love it. This is great. Yeah. Okay. And do I need to get my prettier over here as well? I probably do. Alrighty. Okay, I think that's good. So I do have a place here in this documentation for extra to kind of define what's different. So I'm going to define this as well. Let's see. So let's say there we go. Now I've got the OK function that I want, functionality that I want in here. And then table of contents. Where's my table of contents? Let's put this up. Extra features. To extra.md. Okay, just like fetch. Here's what I'm going to do. Oh no, this thing fell asleep again. Dang it. Whatever. See extra.md. Rest.stream. See above. And then request user agent my API slash 1.1, whatever. So for building API clients. Yeah, I need to use this one more often. So one of the nice features about my request is that if you specify user agent at the top level, it will add your user agent in RFC spec fashion to the other agent information. So that way, I developed this for Let's Encrypt because they require you to have an RFC spec user agent, and they request that you do it in the normal fashion. So it would be your client name and then the underlying library that your client is using, then the operating system, etc. So it'll say my API slash 1.1, root request slash 1.5, node slash 16.2, Linux slash 4.35, whatever. So it does that thing. All right, so I'm about to be done here. The following are features that the original request.js did not have, but at root request does have. Okay. support for async await and promises. Okay. Better is a strong word. Let's say enhanced. It says enhanced stream support and a few other things as mentioned below. Okay, cool. So this is good. I like where this is going. This is definitely a feature commit worthy of a minor bump. So we'll be going to 1.8, but I don't think we'll be breaking anything. We want to not break things. That is the goal. Whoops. This is how I like to do it. There we go. That's the example I'm going to show. I kind of want to just put a must OK right here. I don't know if it's worth it to do that. I think the dot OK is good enough for now. I'm going to stick with the dot OK for now. Just like fetch, fetch, we have OK. Let's see. Q RSTUV. Let's see. Streams. The differences in stream support are explained in readme.md. Up near the top. Maybe I should move this over into the main README. Let's see. Any more comments from the peanut gallery? I don't know why people say that. I don't know. Is that a derogatory term? I don't mean it as a derogatory term. I just mean it as a thing people say. I think they say peanut gallery because when you're in the middle of the stage, the people were so far away that they looked like peanuts. I think that's where it comes from. I think it's from the circus. Or maybe it's because the people are eating peanuts. I don't really know. But I think it's from when someone is in an arena situation and the audience appears to be far away and small. But I could be totally wrong about that. Feel free to tell me the truths. async await and promises. Explanatory. If you're familiar with promises and async, wait, then it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Feature. Add rest.stream.body and rest.ok. Probably should have done that as 2 commits, whatever. Maybe I need a change log. v1.8.0 add rest.ok. Same as, whoops, fetch rest.ok equals rest.status code greater than or equal to 200 and rest.status code less than 300. Maybe I should be changelog.md. I don't know. I'll just leave it like this for now. Oh, it is changelog.md. Great. Okay, so changelog. Add rest.stream.body to populate rest.body rather than or perhaps in addition to continuing to stream. And then I want to say this is useful for errors. All right, there we go. I'm just going to fold this in. Well, no. Actually, we'll reword that. Docs. Add changelog.md. There we go. And I'm going to go check and see, was there anything else on here that I should consider right now? I'm not going to do that yet. npm version minor. And I'm just going to do npm, I'm going to do git push. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do npm publish access tag beta. So, I'm going to try it out for a minute first before I publish it for realsies. wait. Oops. And then what I can do is I can retag. So I've tagged it as beta, so you'll only get it if you install it as beta. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to say npm install save at root request at beta. Okay, and then I'm going to change my error handling a little bit. So if resp.ok, we're just going to return it. And then if resp.stream, then we're going to do await resp.stream.body. And that should essentially be all the things. So I think I can just cancel this out. Okay. And then I need to get to bed. So I'm going to report on my problems. But I think the code will work as soon as they give me the right API key. And they don't even have to get it to me. They just need to publish it into the thing. And then fix the IP address access. Okay, but let me go run my test over here now and see what we get. It's a little bit more than what I wanted. Request. Let's see, where's debug? Do we have debug here? Debug? Right there. That doesn't seem quite right. Why does that not seem quite right? Let me cancel out of here. Oh, it's not quite right because it is indeed on the wrong system. I think maybe all right, I'm doing my test in the other window now. Sorry. Gave not okay response. Body errors. Debug body, internal server. Okay. So I don't think this is necessary anymore. I'll go ahead and leave this all the same. I think my must OK function is much improved. And I think that's I did one thing that I kind of want to change that I don't know if I want to change right now. Let me see how this works in terms of set defaults. Okay. Dot defaults. Does this actually do defaults with the user agent? Let's see, defs. Oh, it doesn't look. So this would need some header stuff as well. So I need to handle headers as a special case here. But I think I do want to do that. So this I would say is a bug fix. User agent is nothing. I think stream defaults. Where is this used? So let's put user agent down somewhere. Wait, what is keys used for? Ops. Defaults. Yeah, I do need to merge. I need to merge headers in this. Okay, so merge or delete. Do we have headers? Merge or delete. Set defaults. I gotta think on this one. So if key, if headers is equal to key, and defs key, then this is recursive, and then I'm better off doing a merge function. But I'm just going to do this for now. To do, use a merge function. Oh wait, this is on response. So why would I be setting options on response for headers? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Defs. And I do want to have that base URL thing. I want to do that right now. This code's getting so bloated. Alright, why would we have this on response? And we should have it be all right, on request, copy all the keys and bring over the default values, right? That's what we're saying. So headers is where this fails. Absolutely, definitely. Where's recops come from? It's right there. Right. I don't like this, but I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna have to go with it. Okay, we're gonna do this copy, but then the thing is, we also need to copy over. Let's see, if ops.headers. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't like the way this is turning out in terms of increasing the complexity and the difficulty of reading this. I think I'm just going to let this one lie for now. Let's do this. Let's do checkout defaults. And let's just worry about the one case that I'm immediately concerned about, which is QRST. I want user agent to be there. And I want that to be one of the keys. Which it looks like it already is. So I think the thing that I want to be there is already there. But I'm just going to log this base URL thing. Ability to set default base URL and merged headers. Currently, headers are all or nothing. And URL is not resolved. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one be. I think this already is working for what I want it to work for. I just want to, I guess what I really want to do is make a little lib request.js here, and then module.exports equals, let's see, we're going to do let config equals require config.js, which I don't quite like doing, but seems appropriate for this particular case right now. At root request. I don't know that this user agent thing is actually that important. I'm going to not count this time. I'm going to put this in here. User agent equals API 1.0. There we go. And then I'm going to do that exact thing. Actually, this is what we're going to do for that. Nope, we're not going to put that there. That's silly. This is what we're going to do. Duh. Let package equals require package.json. And then user agent is going to be pkg.name plus, well, let's do it this way. pkg.version. Yes. Okay, that's good. Totes a probes. And then wherever we have root request presently, I'll just replace that with dot request. Yeah. Well, actually, let's make sure we put the .js on there. Not because it's necessary, but because it's clear. Okay, and then let's take a look at this one more time. So we still have this under test and all that. That's probably fine. Let's do let pkg equals require, same thing, package.json, and that's how I put it in here, right? Package.json, yeah. Make sure I didn't put package.js. And then user agent here will do similar, but it'll be pkg package name test slash and then pkg.version. There we go. Okay, now let me run my test one more time, and then I can call this good for the night and get to bed. Oh, it's not called set defaults. What is it called then? I thought it was set defaults. Set defaults, set defaults, set defaults. Defaults. It's just called defaults. Got it. Oops. So let's do this. Star.js, star.js. Oh. I don't have SD on here? That's just silly. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, but I'm going to comment out the test that isn't working so we can test the other stuff too. So just get rid of that for a second. Let's make sure everything else is still working. Pass and pass. Good. All right. Cool. And then I'm going to get rid of this debug. Well, I'm not going to get rid of the debug. So what are we also doing here? I want to do a must OK. Because what are we getting? Should return a collection. First and foremost, let's just put in the must OK here. So let must OK equals require lib must OK.js, I think is what it is. And let's see if this gives the desired results. Server gave a non-OK response. Excellent. First and foremost, that works quite well. Let's see, what does this one have? Body.errors. Okay. Oh, wow. Did we really change all of those? I guess we did. All right. This is looking good now. Oh, we can get rid of all that stuff from must OK. Fail if content length is too large. Sorry, I'm not talking much about what I'm doing, but I guess the main work is already done, so there's that. So we did expose. Good. Yeah. I think that ended up going quite well. I could probably stand to do this in the other ones as well. So let's say, what was it, lib proxy true dot then must OK. Because I think, let's see, I think this will still work. Hold on. I think it's okay for me to leave the stream there. Let me go back to the directest one. Because what I did was I moved the stream down here, but I think I could do stream true. Yeah, I think I can leave that there. And then same thing, we're must OK equals require must OK.js. Why do you keep going to sleep, you stupid computer? You're going to sleep every dang on 3 seconds. I can't keep this thing awake long enough to do anything useful. The other computer. Okay, so I think if, let's see, I just want to make sure. Yeah. I'm going to run the test one more time on the other screen and make sure I'm still getting back. The body's still coming through just fine. Yep, all right, great. This is still working as desired. Well, let's see. Is it still working as desired, actually? Let me take one more look over here. So here we do the set up the pipe. Server. Oh, okay. No, that's not working. Okay, so the reason that I do want the stream, I want this to be true here, and I want this to be res.pipe here, whoops, resp.pipe to res here, is that otherwise it's going to throw an unhandled async route get. Yeah, there we go. Where it'll be, because calling body doesn't cancel the stream. So this is the better way to go about it. I probably need, I'm not going to worry about that now. It's not important to this project. But it'd probably be good that if there's an error, that there's a way to cancel the stream from piping to other streams. I don't know. This is good enough for now. It's just, it would be nice to be able to leave it and handle the error and say, if there's an error, cancel whatever else is streaming. Because really this stream is just for the happy path. It's not really for, and I'll put that, cancel non-happy path stream. So request ... stream res. So let's say write stream then must okay. There should be a way for the must okay function to cancel WS. And there might be a simple solution to that. I am going to look at that for just 1 second, because the simple solution would literally be just to end that stream early, or to cork it, to call cork on it. Hops stream setup pipe. So we're gonna do this whole setup pipe thing. So do we just unpipe resp.unpipe? So then if we're going to do that, then we would just need a way I would want a way for the must okay to access the options. Let me think about this. What would be the right way to do this? So I think what we would want to do is we would want to unpipe. And again, I'm not sure that I want to do this. I'm just going to put this here as a thought. Because the only problem is that ops, let's see, handle response. I don't think that there's a way for the must OK function to get access to the original ops. And I think that's our only problem with the way that the stream works. But again, I'm not going to fix this now. I'm just kind of exploring the idea. I think unpipe makes a lot of sense. I don't know. Set no number. Possibly add rest.stream.unpipe. Anyway. Dang it. Stop falling asleep, you stupid computer. I don't mind that it falls asleep. It says it falls asleep in 120 seconds, and I don't think there's anything I can do to quote-unquote fix that because it's a feature, not a bug. You know what I'm saying? All right, so yeah, fixing a bug there. Okay. I think I do kind of want to add that stream.unpipe, but yeah, I'm not going to mess with it now. I need to get to bed. All right, stream, JSON true. Oh, do I need to add JSON true to these other things? Maybe, maybe not. Probably don't need it for proxy. And I probably don't need it for S3, which I don't. Good. But I probably should have it for demo, workday, directus. So we got stream true and JSON true for all three of those, right? Yeah. Gah. Okay, one last time, going through, checking everything looks good. Oh, crap. Okay, everything looks hunky-dory. So, I did make a mistake just now. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. For those of you that noticed, it's the wrong one anyway. Okay. Wait a minute. Lib auth changed? Oh, just because it's gonna... Oh, do I really want... I don't know if I want this one to be different. Oh, sure I do. Yep, that makes sense. Makes total sense. All right. So then what was the summary of this change? Just update error handling? Yeah. And one last change of the tests before I commit this. All right, tests are working. Improve error handling. And that was all that was, right? It was just improving error handling. Yep, okay. Oops. So I need to get out of here, and I need to copy from Buxter projects X API to here. Cool beans. Okay, so last thing I need to do before signing off. Let's see. October. Okay, so I just need to send a message. Let me see, what is the specific error that I'm getting? So I can be more detailed with my feedback, please. Where am I getting unexpected error? Oh, you know what? Maybe this should just be... There is one more thing I need to change about this, which is that the tests, when I do it this way with a must OK, then the wrong error bubbles up. So really, the error well, the catch here should be to throw the error description. I could create a function that's must OK or. Whatever. That's probably good enough. Meh, meh, meh. So I need to let them know. I'm just sending the message right now. The Directus API is only accessible from within the VPN. Will it be accessible to the server? Also, the API key I was given gives me a bad auth error. But then let me go ahead and say the diff between main and let me find before I added this. I'll look at example.env. Oh, whoops. Get diff example.env. Okay, so I just need to give them all right, tests, test docs, etc. are all updated as soon as I can get a valid response. I can, and everything should work with a valid key, but as soon as I have one to test with, I can confirm that. Okay, so that's done. Oh, and then the README. There we go. Oh, what was that test difference about? Oh, yeah, doesn't really matter. Docs, and directus API to README. So that one's good to go. Okay. And then on my to-dos, everything's done. So to-dos are to done. I'll get rid of those. And ooh. I do need to update the code for this though, because I have, well, let me check out main again. And we've got issuers. There's a number of things I probably need to update here. Git diff, let's see. Add config, git diff master config.js. Main, git diff main. All right, we got cookie domain in there. We got some other things in here. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, and there was, what was it? IDC issuer. There's a couple places where I'd actually have to go fix that. I don't feel like doing that right now. It's not super important. Includes. There we go. This is something that needs to get updated. So this live branch is really just dummy code, but it's something that needs to get updated in the template repo. But I'm not going to update that in the template repo now. Okay, I'm just going to check and see, do we have any, when am I multiple people now? Gosh. All right, well, I'm out. Thanks for those of you that tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, sorry, Bucha. Hey, I totally didn't see you there. I don't know how long that's been. Yeah, it looks like it's been a good 5 minutes. I've just been wrapping up here. So sorry, I won't be able to stick around and chat. Oh, but I did forget one thing. For those of you that want to join in on the Discord, there's now a Discord. Let me get you the link for that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the Discord, but somebody suggested that I have one, and so now I have one, you know? So it is. So let me grab the Discord link, invite, copy, and here you go. So, Wucha, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on Svelte, or I guess give Svelte a look and see what you think. I got a buddy of mine into Vue back in the Vue 1.0 days because I thought Vue was pretty decent back then. I think Vue's become way too complicated in version 2 or 3 or whatever we're at now. I liked it when it was much smaller and simpler and was kind of a Angular minus. And I really do like the concept of React hooks. I just don't like the idea of JSX. Anyway, so for those of you that tuned in, thanks for tuning in. For those of you that didn't, you really missed out. Raise your hand if you were absent. Let's see. Actually, I don't know that those of you that weren't here really missed out, but you won't know that I am talking about that because you're not here. Anyway, yeah, so thumbs up if you've got them. Thumbs down if you don't. Every thumb helps. And if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. Hit the subscribe button and then the bell for personalized recommendations. I am going to be out of here. I don't think I have anything else to say. So, adios.